Jay Rose from Total Dealer Training. And if you're looking to live your lifestyle guaranteed, that means you need to make a commitment. And let's make 2022 your best year ever. Now, we talked about it last week, but now we're into the year. So there's no excuses. You have to take the steps in order to get to that next level for you and your team. First thing you want to do is making sure that you sit down and do one-on-ones with each of your team members. Depending on what level of management, that could be your department managers, or it could be each individual teammate in your department. Either or. Go spend one-on-one time with them. Ask them to kind of recap or write down what were their accomplishments this past year. What were they really proud of? Also, you can use this information for a year-end review or towards their compensation reviews. But it's important just to get their feeling about how they're doing before you give them feedback about some opportunities for improvement. So number one, spend time with each individual person. This is not a group activity. This is a one-on-one activity. Once you do that, you want to collect that information, get it to your HR department or your senior manager, and we want to look at it for what they think versus what you or the department head thinks as far as what their accomplishments were, and also rooms for opportunity or growth. Whether that could be discipline things, it could be a skill thing. Either way, it's still something to make sure that everybody's on the same team, especially in coaching. So if you're going to be working with these employees this coming up year, you need to make sure that we all know where they're at, looking at all the tracking sheets, making sure we know this is where they were, where they ended up, and where do they want to get to, and where do we need them to get to. Because if you help every member of your team, no matter what department it is, it could be in the service department, reconditioning, it could be in the payment center or collections, it could be in sales/underwriting, the delivery department, the finance department, it doesn't matter which department. If everybody individually hits their individual goals, guess what's going to happen to the dealership, your store? Of course, you're going to crush it this year. So number one, make sure that you've already sat down, or if you haven't done it yet, do it now. Write down what are your 2022 goals for every single department. That's obviously financial. That could be production, whether it's deliveries, number of cars recon, expenses, could be ROI per employee, ROI per advertising. The key is get all that tracking information, make sure that it's accurate, and then set your goals. Make sure it's realistic and achievable. And then once you set that plan, then we need to make sure that we set it up and break it down to a daily plan. What needs to happen activity-wise for fixing vehicles, working with customers, or fixing customers, and working with employees to get their skill level up to help influence and improve those as far as results. Then once you have it, you need to make sure that we have the plan, it's written. Ideally, you have video on actually how to demonstrate how to do that, whether it's fixing a car or working with customers. And then you need to test on it. You need to make sure that you demonstrate it and then test them out, not just knowledge, but they need to be able to do it in front of a video or live, the technique that you want them to do. If you're looking to increase sales, lower your repossessions, and increase your profits this year, look no further than collateral protection from CP Insurance Associates. They were the #1 and first collateral protection approved in Texas, and I have them in my dealerships and I see the results. So if you want the best in service, in claims payments, and also making sure that you increase your profitability to help you sell more cars, give Bill Murphy a call, the number below. Then you want to sit down and do your one-on-ones and group training depending on specific skills that the group needs, and then also individually. We've talked about this in the past, how important the daily one-on-one is. Even if it's 5, 10, max 15 minutes a day, just spend time with your people and make sure you have that opportunity to build them up and motivate them. Also, implementation is critical. You need to, having a plan is great, but I've seen too many plans come back from either convention or 20 group. They try to get implemented, the team refuses to change, and dealers just throw their hands up saying, what are you going to do? You got to hold them accountable. Say, this is get their feedback, get their input, but at the end of the day, it's your store. You need to implement it. And if they don't want to be on the team, that's okay. They can go somewhere else and run their own play somewhere else. So that's why you have to always be recruiting for good people that are coachable and want to win and implement your plan, not theirs. Compensation, obviously, you need to tie in what you want them to do, human behavior, to their compensation or their bonuses. And if they do a good job, make sure you recognize them with additional recognition. And if they don't, obviously that's an opportunity for a counseling session, a write-up, and termination eventually if they refuse to do their job or they're incapable or incompetent. Either or, same result. And you need to make sure that you adjust your goals. You set a 1-year goal now and then break it down by month. And then as you're moving through, make sure you make those adjustments to keep it realistic and achievable. If you're blown by your 1-year goal, 4 months down the road, you need to tweak it and adjust it. Same thing if you're behind. There's too many changing conditions in the marketplace, especially the last 2 years, that could affect making our goal that we set, we think is a good goal now, could make it not realistic or achievable. So make sure you take those into account. Don't forecast what you did last year or the year before or your best year. Whatever your last 90 days is, that's pretty much what you're tracking. Obviously minus some one-off events that do happen. And making sure that you have a plan for not just your customers, but your employee growth. As I said, help everyone achieve their goals this year. You should all know what they are financially. Could be time off for the family, could be a trip. Every individual, if you help them achieve their goal, we're going to kill our goals. So go ahead and make sure you take the time, make the time this week, get with your team and make sure everybody knows what the goals are. Make sure they're written down, broken down into daily activities, track it, and make sure it's posted up where everybody can see except for, of course, the customers. And I guarantee you will live your lifestyle and have your best year ever. If you have any questions on this, I will definitely help you. Just give me a call at the number below or email me. And if you like this video, go ahead and click like or share it with someone else in the business that really wants to crush this year and just needs a little bit of coaching. We'll see you soon. Total Dealer Training trains and coaches dealership personnel through online, in-dealership, and live workshops. We educate, motivate, and develop the skills of your team to improve results while allowing them to be the best possible versions of themselves. If you want more information about our services, visit our TotalDealerTraining.com website, or you can call me directly at 904-955-7666. We can customize a training solution that'll meet your dealership needs. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment so you can be notified when future videos are released.